Gzzz, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. And yes, I'm back on top of this Dolph situation. You already know I'm back on top of this Dolph situation. And Straight Drop is the #1 suspect in young Dolph's murder. Straight Drop, the #1 suspect. Now, mind you, Straight Drop is doing the race like Tay-K right now. He is doing the race like Tay-K. He is on the run, a fugitive from the law. You understand? Right now. Now, mind you, it's way deeper than rap. You already know how I'm coming. You already know how I'm coming. But I gotta say, you know, it's so familiar and it reminds me so much of Nipsey Hussle's situation, where you got somebody that you have rubbed shoulders with, that is close in the circle somewhere, that has actually been in photos and been in the same room, breathing the same air, come back and kill you. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna lead off into a whole nother video about just keeping your eyes open, keeping your head on a swivel, not trusting many people, keeping your circle tight. And it seems like when these greats get taken out, it's always somebody right next to them. Now, you already know how I feel about Empire Death Row Records, and we're going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's deeper than rap. It's so much deeper than rap. And when you have these situations, you're going to have fall guys. You're going to have the actual person to pull the trigger, the person that's at the bottom of the totem pole. Do it. You understand? But that's going to, you know, we're going to lead into that. You know, but like I said, it just reminds me so much of Nip Hussle's situation, where you have somebody within the circle, somebody close by, that pulls the trigger to take your life. You understand? The envy, the jealousy, the hate, the greed. You know what I'm saying? It's all prevalent in this situation. Now, I'm not going to make this a long one. Definitely not going to make this a long one. But you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We coming from multiple different angles. Multiple different angles. You understand what I'm saying? And that's going to segue me into my next angle. Yes, Straight Drop pulled the trigger. Yes, Straight Drop is on the run. He's doing a race like Tay-K. But who called the play? Who dropped the bag? Who let it be known that the play need to be ran? You now listen, I got a lot of people coming at me like, GMB, what about Empire Death Row Records? And I'm just trying to let y'all know, just slow down. Let this thing play out. You're gonna see, you're gonna soon see that somebody from the elites, somebody from the higher ups dropped the bag. And like I said a million times, when you drop that bag at the top, it trickles down. It trickles down to the bottom, and that covers the elites. That covers the higher ups. And I know it's hard to see. I know it's hard to digest. I know it's hard for a lot of you sheep to see past your pay grade, but that's why I'm here. You feel what I'm saying? No, have no fear. That's why I'm here. GMB TV. And yes, like I said, who pulled the motherfucking play? Who's playing Chappelle right now? Who's pulling the strings? Who stamped that play for Dolph to get wiped out and marked out in the manners that he was marked out in? Broad day. Big Dracos, big AR pistols blown away in broad day. Who pulled the trigger? You know what I mean? I'm not talking about pulling the trigger on the actual weapon. I'm talking about pulling the trigger on the play. You got to understand something. Somebody like Straight Drop doesn't just run down on a big dog like young Dolph and wipe him out. There are higher ups. There's a whole reason. And, you know, just like I said about the Nipsey Hussle case, Eric Holder went into his cell and he told somebody that he was paid $75,000 to knock off Nip. Now, if you go off what the news media or the content creators are just throwing out there, you know, it was just a gang situation where he was called a snitch. And he did everything he did because he was called a snitch. No. Nah, that's a no-go. You understand? It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than rap, and it's past your pay grade if you can't see that that was way deeper than just a gang altercation. You understand? And that goes for Dolph as well. You got, you know, Straight Drop wearing paper route Empire chains because he robbed some of the fellow artists. You understand what I'm saying? It's deeper than rap. But even with that, it's deeper than them just having a situation. Somebody at the top pulled the trigger. Somebody at the top called the play. Somebody at the top is playing Geppetto. And when Straight Drop is taken into custody, when he is taken into custody, I'm hoping that he gives it up. A lot of the times when these guys go into custody, they say the weirdest things just to protect everybody that's in the play. You understand? But if he was to go in there and act as anything other than a fall guy, I guarantee he hangs himself in his cell. I guarantee the next thing we hear is that he killed himself by suicide. And that's what happens when they think you're going to talk. That's what happens when they're not sure if you're going to protect the higher ups. They're not sure if you're going to protect the elites, and you're going to start running your mouth. You know, so like I said, I'm just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We taking these, we taking this situation one step at a time. Every time something comes in, we're going to go ahead and report on it. But you already know how I'm coming. The higher ups and the elites are the Geppetto. They played it. They got Dolph whacked. And, one more angle, because you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. Multiple different angles, multiple different angles. I've had people ask, well, what would they benefit from wiping Dolph out? What would Empire Death Row Records benefit? And I said it a million times. You understand? Dolph wanted in on Empire Death Row Records. You understand what I'm saying? He wanted in. He owned his masters. You feel what I'm saying? And, when you get to a certain stage, you either gonna bend, break, or fold, or you're gonna get whacked. It's one or the other. And I know it's hard to digest. I know it's hard to take in, but it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I didn't say Empire Death Row Records ran down on Dolph. No, they're saying Straight Drop ran down on Dolph. But you got to understand, Straight Drop would not be able to just run down on a big dog like that without somebody giving the okay, without somebody dropping the bag. Who dropped the bag? You understand? So yeah, man, it's a breaking news in the case. We moving forward. It's forward progress. It's constant elevation. It always is what it is. So you already know it's your boy, Grown Man Business. You can tap in or you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man content at all times. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut. Nothing stepped on. No extras, no preservatives. We not dressing nothing up. And we not sugarcoating nothing. We giving it to you straight raw. And like I said, Straight Drop is on the run. He's doing the race like TK. But who dropped the bag? Who called the play? Who's pulling the strings? Who is the Geppetto? The higher ups, the elites. But who? And I feel like soon enough we're going to get those answers. So you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in or you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.